Morning, good morning. Marius, Mimi, how we doing? I'm not late, you're late. Sorry, I was messing with some stuff. I'm awake. Apparently Rithmic was having issues again. People were trying to trade the 8:30 news and they were having issues, so no, I did not trade the news. Don't forget to hit that go live button. I didn't. I'm here. Lost 2 accounts. Well, don't cancel them because the odds are you might get them back again. Apparently they're having issues again. I did. I heard Matt's payout got denied, but like I told you guys before, I'm pretty sure he trades off stream, and I'm pretty sure how he got his accounts with such a buffer was from DCA trading, because it's what he used to do back in the day. He would go off stream and he'd have these crazy comebacks, and he also was kind of known for DCAing. And I'm not even saying DCAing is bad, but in this case, that's the reason he got denied, is because that's what Apex is cracking down on. The trades he shows on stream, the one where he takes it and he stops out, DCA is dollar cost averaging. Good morning, Knives. Good morning, Aaron. And Ryo, you lost your account. Keep it. Don't cancel it just yet. The odds are you might get it back again. I am gonna put in. I do have the let me make sure I'm on the right account here. 69. It's the lead account. Yeah. Let's see if my orders are even working. Yeah, they're working. We'll see what happens. Again, these will be evals that I'm trading today. He told me DCA 2 hours before the rules updated. No. Of course, he's going to tell you what you want to hear. 25 ticks. I'm just looking for it to possibly go back to the highs. So somewhere around like 628, but I don't like that level to the left there. Could be a fake out. And then obviously we're at green to red. I would not, if I was trading the open for real today, I'd be looking for it to break down. That'd be my consensus. That'd be my bias. And I'd feel more comfortable with the breakdown. Trying to get back up to the highs. There's a lot of key areas there looking like it might end up faking out. So I'm going to put a short in and a long because these are evals and I'm just going to see what happens. But if I were trading this for real, I would be looking to go short. And I forgot to make this OCO, so I'm going to hit cancel orders once one of these get filled. Wow, what a not good open. With that open, I'm actually just going to cancel the orders. That's obviously not what we're looking for. And I'll wait for things to set up properly. This is definitely not the open I would be interested in. I mean, look at the volume. We don't even have volume coming in. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that one alone. Yeah, it could be a delayed type open again. We'll see. I've updated the Quantower and now I have notification on every order. What do you mean notification? Good morning, Apex 250K extended till the 15th of June. It was always the 15th of June. But everything has been, oh yeah, I guess I should say that. So they put it in their Discord. They didn't send out an email that I know of yet, but they've extended the 90% off sale across the board until Monday at midnight, as well as the 250K for 1670, as you can see in the title. So that's good till June 3rd at midnight. And the being able to pass the 250K is still June 15th to my knowledge. They might extend that a couple days too, since they're extending the actual 90% off sale. So I'll probably wait a little bit. We'll just be looking for the bands type trades here, just the extensions one way or the other. I missed 2 of them in the afternoon yesterday. I was doing chores the first time, and then I was playing with the kids the second time. Apex notice board has a message. Another one? See the... Oh, yeah. We are going to be adjusting accounts affected during this disruption. Yeah, so again, they're saying do not trade accounts, do not cancel accounts, do not remove them from your dashboard. So I'm still dealing with that from yesterday. I still haven't received mine. They actually sent me a mass email this morning, not that long ago. It was at 9:04. And it was basically a mass email saying that if you didn't get it adjusted, it's because it didn't fall within this time frame, yada yada, like all what they were doing. But I don't think that they didn't restore the ones that people canceled. So I think you had to submit a ticket, which I did, but then they sent me this mass email. So I just replied to that mass email this morning saying, look, my trade was in the parameters of what you should reset. And, you know, basically they didn't restore it. So yeah, don't cancel them, because if you cancel them, then you have to go through this whole other process of submitting a ticket, and right now I'm sure they're getting bombarded with tickets, so it's going to take a while probably to get that figured out. Yeah, I get the pop-ups when I go in as well. I don't know why Apex is starting to feel shady to me. I was saying earlier on Discord that we might be witnessing the windfall of Apex, just in the wrong direction. They're definitely having some issues right now. I wouldn't say overall that this is shady, but there's very bad timing on their part to deny all those payouts and then to have these issues with Rithmic. Nice, Steve. Good job, good job. Yeah, looking left, there's a pretty decent support line that I saw here earlier. So if we can get a push into around here, a decent little push, I'll probably start a long position looking for a bounce. But yeah, account 68 is the one from yesterday, and it's still nowhere to be found. Which I made sure they understood that that was the one I was looking for. Yeah, if you kept your trade in for the move down, it would have took a few minutes, but it did work. 2 for 2 on your own. That's the idea, man. If you like the way someone's trading, make it your own. Make it work. Figure it out. I mean, that couldn't make me more happy, knowing that you could do it on your own now. It actually makes me smile, and I'm sure you can see me smiling. I can't stop smiling because I'm happy for you. Yeah, we only need 580 more for the 50K one that we started. We're about halfway for the 250K. Wait, get that push down that we were looking for. Yeah, that first candle was absolutely doo-doo. You can turn the notifications off. I don't mind them. They just pop up in the top right of my screen, which is nowhere near my charts, so it doesn't bother me. But yeah, if you're looking to get rid of them, Marius, I believe it was Marius that said that. Yeah, Marius. Yeah, you can get rid of those. Don't forget to hit that like button while you're in here. I appreciate that. Next Friday, guys. Next Friday is the giveaway. As you can see, it's going to be over $300. But the final giveaway is going to be minus 50 because I'm going to do 25 for the first person picked. Once we have the total number of entries, I'm going to divide it by 2. And the person right in the middle is going to, whoever gets picked like dead in the middle, we're going to decide that before we start spinning the wheel. They're going to get $25. And then whatever's left over, if we have like some crazy day today and this goes up, that's why I put the plus at the end, because I don't know where we're going to end up today, especially because they extended the 90% off. but the rest of whatever is left will go into that final 5 that we do every spin. So be ready. It's going to be fun. I'm excited. But that's next Friday. You just got to be here and be ready to win some money. Ryu, 866 for today. Let's go. Love it. Put you up on the screen. I love seeing it. Let's go. I get Steve up on there too. Got my 25 ticks. Let's go. Yeah, if you go to settings and then under, and yeah, there's a one that says notifications, just untick it. True. I guess I could have popped that up and showed them. Thank you for doing that. Making a nice little V-shaped move back up here. So looking up, these are lines from yesterday, but as you can see, it did kind of get used a bunch here. Resistance, not so much there, but support, 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 then resistance again. So if we can get a big move up into here, I would definitely be interested. Oh, I popped up that you said you got your 25 ticks. I'll do it again for you. You're on the screen. Just congratulating you. It is Friday. We did have that 8:30 news, as you can see over here. So I'm going to be patient. I'm going to be requesting both my payouts tomorrow. I'll obviously keep you guys updated on how that all goes. See if they are pretty quick about it, etc. I'm also very curious about the first payout on account 13 because that was the opening range trade account that had some of those bracket order trades before the date that they announced they were going to start enforcing that. No DCA or anything, but I am very curious to how that's going to be handled on that account. The second account, absolutely no reason that one should get denied. Just straight up traded the bands, support and resistance type lines, etc. on that account. So I was actually, that's the first time I've passed or got to pay out on an account trading that way. So pretty stoked about that, especially if it keeps working. It's been working a lot lately, so I'm gonna keep riding it. How would they know if you use bracket orders? I have no idea. I mean, I publicly put myself out there using them, so I'm sure they could, if they wanted to, they could go back to those days specifically that I took the trades, and they can probably see all my orders. I'm sure that's all on their back end that they can see. So again, though, I didn't do it. I never did it after they said they were going to start enforcing it. I simply chose a direction with bias, explained exactly why I was choosing that direction. So I don't really see how they can say you can't do that because it's definitely a legit strat. Plus, I had stops in for every single one of them. So we'll see. I think DCA is the one that they're like really cracking down on there because that's the one that's really taking them to the cleaners with the payouts. It's in Rithmic, all placed, even canceled orders. Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can go back. Because I used to keep track of everything via TraderSync. So yeah, I used to keep track of all that. You can go back and if you go, there's a recent orders screen that if you go in there, you can literally, where is it? Right here. Here it is. Export as CSV. But is that where you do that as well? Hold on, let me check. Oh no, you got to find the orders first. I haven't done it in a while, so let me see. I know there's, is it? I know, I used to do this, so I know there's a way to do it. Question is, where did I do it? Oh, it's order history, not recent orders. That's why. Oh, I clicked it and now it's hiding somewhere. Well, and yeah, it's in orders history. Okay, there it is. So yeah, in orders history, you can choose the date And yeah, I'm scrolling all the way back. It has it from all the way back from when I started. Actually, it goes, maybe it does stop because it goes back to March of 2022. And I didn't start trading then. I started trading the end of 2023. But so maybe it's like a 2-year thing. I don't know. I think I might have screwed this up. Yeah. I get out and back in, and hopefully I didn't screw that up. I hit not save. That's going to be frustrating if that got screwed up. Come on, do me right, Art Trader. And the verdict is... All right, good. It went back to the way it was. I was about to be sad. Still working on my PA, trying to get to pay out by the 5th. Nice. I think I will miss it as I can only trade on Monday. Wednesday trade will be too late. Wednesday is the 5th. Yeah, because that wouldn't calculate till the next day. 6 p.m. Eastern is already the next day. So yeah, you would have to finish it on the 4th. You could trade the morning of the 5th. You would have to get your trades in on the 5th, but if you're not trading at all on the 5th until night, then yeah, it wouldn't count. Sad Tim isn't fun Tim? What are you talking about? Oh yeah, I would have been sad. I definitely would have been sad. No doubt about that. Would have, because that was kind of a pain to set up. Although I do have the precision one set up, so I could have just pulled that up and kind of went based off of that. But I'd rather not if I don't have to. Yeah, by the way, I do want to make this clear. Jocko actually just said something in Discord that is a good point. I'm not trying to bash Apex, but I'm also want to make it known that it's not Rithmic that's having the issue. It's Apex's Rithmic servers that Apex pays for. So whatever servers they're paying for is obviously not enough server power to withstand or to stand all of the traders using them. That is the issue that's happening. It is not Rithmic, because other prop firms and other brokers in general using Rithmic are not having these issues. So again, I'm not trying to bash Apex, but it is an Apex issue. It's Apex's Rithmic servers. It's not Rithmic as a whole. So right now, yes, Apex is the one having a problem, which is why they're fixing it. And all these other prop firms, like, they're not having the issues right now. Like right now, everything seems to be fine. But I'm assuming, like you can see I put my orders in, cancel my orders, everything's fine. And now as far as the fills go, I don't know. But yesterday it was really bad. Yesterday I'd click the button and it would take a while for the order to even pop up. So there is that. But I just want you guys to know that that's what's going on. Yeah, like Dan just said. Good morning, MT. My Rithmic works with other props. All right. Yep. Agreed. Perhaps it's a subscription level. Maybe they need to increase the volume or something because Top Step is working fine. Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. Chicago PMI right now is 945. Friday. Yep. 945 Chicago PMI. So obviously it wasn't that great. We're moving down a little bit here. I will look at the bands down here if we can get there. 35. I don't know what that means, but... Another YouTuber said they called Ninja about the delay in data, and Ninja said Apex buys the cheapest data package. I mean, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised, but that's what I'm saying. Like, they need to make a decision. They need to realize that if they want Apex to continue in the right direction, they're going to have to spend money. They're going to have to spend money on better servers, more employees, to monitor these payouts. Like, think about it. If they would just hire more employees, you could pay that employee $100 grand a year. But if they catch more than 100,000, did I say 100 million? $100,000 a year. If they catch more than $100,000 a year in fraud, that employee has paid for itself, right? You got to think of it that way. You got to spend money to sometimes save money. I mean, and make money. It's just how their industry works. Because the scammers, the schemers that they're talking about, they're having issues with, you can find them if you have the time to find them, the employees to find them. So instead of trying to take the cheap route and like make a program that'll find them for you while you don't have the opportunity to manually check for all these things, pay the money. You're having issues with your servers, pay the money. Like you're at a point now where you have to fix these problems or the company's going to just tank. It is like, it's right now they're in the midst of, like, think of when the virus happened back in 2020. When that happened, the markets didn't crash right away, right? It took a second for like, all right, is this really happening? Like, that's the phase we're in right now. Everyone's like, wait, is this really happening? And then it's just going to be like, well, there's all these other prop firms that aren't having problems, and they're not that much different. I mean, they are, but they're not. Like, there's a lot that have comparisons. Like, they're just different pros and cons to each of them. But sometimes when the cons start to get really bad, like these server issues, them adding rules to combat scammers and schemers that are now affecting you, a person that's trading legit, like all those cons start to add up. And what's going to happen? Like, again, I'm not trying to bash them at all. I'm just telling them they need to fix their shit. I've always been the one that's going to speak the truth. And, you know, yeah, it's just how it's always going to be. I'm not here to bow down to anybody. I'm here to make money, just like all of you. Everyone is here to make money, right? Even them. But they're going to end up losing money and crashing as a company if they don't fix their shit. That's what it comes down to. 100 million signed me up. Yeah, that was definitely a mistake. It was still bad this morning. I opened. Yeah, so yeah, that's why I said right now in their Discord it says don't trade because they were having the same issue. So if you trade right now, you're totally trading completely on your own, and they might not change anything after that certain point. So keep that in mind. I'm on eval, so I'm not too worried about it, and my orders seem to be working at the moment. So again, take that for what it's worth. The only thing I could do was disable trading on ArcTrader Pro. Yeah. It's weird how it just was entering and exiting trades all on its own. Go knock on their door and ask for a job and give me some insider info. What kind of insider info? They have all the trade data. They can create algos to highlight this. I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, they could go the algo route and they could do that, but they obviously haven't done that. Like, and the same thing goes for payouts. You're right. I agree. I don't understand why that part of it is such an issue. Because especially if he can manually find these examples, right? The examples he was showing in the videos, how can they not write a quick little script to find that stuff? If an account makes 90% of the funds that are in the account in one day, like, pop it up, red flag it, send it to the review desk, right? Like, that should be the route they're taking. But for some reason, they're like, you know what? Let's just go across the board. All the people that are doing it legit, they're just gonna have to deal with it. Like that's the problem. They just went about this the wrong way. And their PR team, that they apparently they don't have a PR team. Again, spend money. You need somebody to get all this information across in a manner that not only everyone understands, but doesn't come across as if you just don't care about us. Like, you're making it sound like it's like in the first breath of the sentence, it's like scammers, schemers, yada, yada, yada. And then also how they're screwing you. And then in the second breath, in the second part of the sentence, they're like, oh, we care about you. We need your input on a survey. And you know, no, no, that's just not how this works. Like, learn how to talk to people. Like, that is not how you talk to people. Like, those videos were literally contradicting itself the entire time. like bash these other prop firms. Oh, our prop firm's like perfectly fine. We don't have these problems, but they do. You do. That again, it's like they all have pros and cons, and I'm not bashing Apex specifically here, but I am because they're the ones that are having these issues. Like you are the one currently having these issues. None of the other prop firms are. Is it wrong that they're trying to take advantage of the situation, these other prop firms? I mean, sure, but I mean that's called competition. They see your weak spot and they're going after it. That's just how it is. If Apex didn't have 20 PA accounts, would I trade with them? Yeah, 100%. I've never had more than 5 at one time, I don't think. The 20 PAs was not a selling point for me personally. It was the structure and the leniency that they had with certain trades, like the opening trade and stuff like that. But now they're cracking down on that. So, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, there's always going to be other prop firms, but to me, if they can get their shit together, Apex still has one of the best structures, even with these rule changes, because like I said, the DCA, I don't agree with. That's the one thing I don't agree with. The opening range trade, I get where they're coming from, even though I don't agree with it. But I understand where they're coming from with all these changes. However, they did it, again, the way that they relayed this information to us was wrong. They just went about it all the wrong way. And I can't change that, right? Like they did that. They now have to lay in the bed that they made. But moving forward, if they can combat all these scammers and schemers, that's a good thing, right? They're the bad apples that he was talking about. Weed those guys out, get them away, right? Because if they do that and they come up with this algorithm or whatever, or they just start monitoring the payouts more, you might start to see that a lot of the people that maybe mess up like 1 day out of 10 or something like that, like they're like, you know what, just get that extra day in there. You know, like they might end up being more lenient again once they combat the real issue. And me, Alpine, Trades by Matt, well, Trades by Matt, I don't know, because he's taken out a decent amount of money in a short period of time. And if it was through DCA, I don't really know specifically, obviously. But that main issue, like they were taking out millions of dollars. Me and Alpine are peanuts compared to that. Absolute peanuts. We were not the problem. It just looks like we were part of the problem because we're broadcasting to the world, essentially, like what we're doing. And so when the rules look like it affects us personally, then it makes sense. Now, I do believe the whole putting bracket orders long and short, that implemented change was due to me and Alpine. However, again, I'm pretty positive they didn't say you can't trade the open. It's just you can't do the long and sell looking for a windfall trade one way or the other. You have to have a trade idea. You have to have a bias. You have to have a stop loss. You can't use the account as a stop loss. Like that is the main issue. These guys that you weren't seeing on YouTube or Twitch or wherever you're watching, these guys were doing this. Like, did you guys see the screenshot? The one guy had 22 PA accounts, which was already a violation. And then he had 277 eval accounts, past eval accounts, just sitting there waiting to be activated if his windfall trading scheme, whatever you want to call it, didn't work on the 20 accounts that he had currently. 277 just sitting there waiting. Trust me, Alpine, Nutty, any of the YouTube traders that you want to bring up, Trading with Travis, etc., like none of it. None of us had anything to do with the real problem that's happening behind the scenes. And that I actually gave them props for showing that information, because it really does open your eyes to the real problem that they're having. But we're all getting lumped into that problem, and that is the problem, right? Because now we all feel personally affected, personally attacked, and that's not right, right? So that's the issue that we're having now. I'm looking at the bands here, if we can get a push down into it. Coming into the lows as well, which is nice. So the odds of a bounce are good. All right, let me catch up with the chat real quick. If Apex didn't, yeah, so that's where I stopped. I'm out of here. Have a good weekend, Tom. See you, man. I had the best trading day in 2 weeks on my PAs. They better do anything. They won't. So anytime, and that's the other thing. You guys got to realize, anytime there's been an issue, Apex does do you right? Anytime there's an issue, they do fix it. And think about these days for them, like yesterday. Anyone that made money, PAs, evals, anything, you kept it. If you lost money, they erased it, right? So that's a horrible day for them. And they're going to do the same thing for this morning. Like they straight up already pretty much acknowledged that they're going to do that. Anyone who lost money, gone. Anyone who made money, you get to keep it. Like that's 2 days in a row. Like think of the amount of people that are trading and the swings that that's going to create for them on the bottom line, right? So they do everything right in that aspect. They better give me my eval back with their cheap ass servers. Yeah. Again, don't cancel them. Keep them there. Need a PR team to calm Daryl down with his passive aggressiveness. Can somebody explain to me, are Daryl and John the same person? Because on these videos, it says Daryl Martin or whatever, but then everyone keeps saying, oh, John's at it again or whatever. Like, who is Daryl and who is John? Are they the same person? I don't even know. I always just assumed that was Daryl, but now people keep calling him John. Like, are these two different people? Does anyone have an updated message from Apex regarding the issue this morning? Albert, yeah, it's from their Discord. Let me I'll take a screenshot of it and show you. Oops. All right, so it says, we know there are some disruptions with Rithmic, but do not fear as Apex has your back. We are going to be adjusting accounts affected during this disruption. Do not trade accounts. Do not cancel accounts. Do not remove them from your dashboard. We have some awesome upgrades coming this weekend that will alleviate these issues. We really appreciate your patience and loyalty. So they're obviously working on it. They obviously know there's issues, so we'll see what they do over the weekend to possibly fix it. DCA is the #1 reason traders lose, blow up. It is. It really is. If you get denied a payout. I actually was talking to Alpine a little bit when this all first went down, and I was like, honestly, being forced to put stops in and take stops like that will probably make me a better trader overall, because it's one of the things I lacked. I was so okay with using the account as a stop when that was being allowed that I totally just didn't care to use actual stops. But if you're using actual stops, you get to save the account and you get to possibly keep trading it and get to payout. If you get denied payout, are all the valid days in there erased? Yes. To my knowledge, yes. You get to keep the money, but the trading days restart. So you'd have to trade 10 more days. That, according to right now, that is how they're doing it. To my knowledge, that's how it comes across that they're doing it. He did call out Alpine on the 3 contracts, 5 ticks. I don't think that was him. Yes, Alpine was doing it, but while he's referencing the 5 tick thing, he was talking about the people that were pulling out millions. So I don't necessarily, like, I do agree Alpine was lumped into that, but I don't specifically think he was talking about Alpine. I think TBM said he probably DCA 1 time into 3 contracts before requesting payout, but he wouldn't be asking which one, he said. Again, I don't think that would be the issue. I don't think they would deny all of his payouts if that was the case. I really don't. Again, he talks about the black and white of the rules versus like the leniency of the rules. And I think that would be one of those times where they would be lenient, right? Like if it happened 1 time on 1 contract for the entirety of the trading over 10 trading days, like that 1 time, they're probably going to let that go. That's what I'm trying to say. But moving forward, like if they want to hard enforce that, then that's their prerogative, right? They're allowed to do that. All right, here we go. See if we can get a big move down into the lows here. We can get this big candle down into the bands and the lows. I'm definitely looking for a long position here for the bounce. And then I would be looking for it to bounce right back up into here. How many seconds? We got 9 seconds to the next candle. Hopefully we get a push down. A lot of times you see that next candle start and then you get a little spurt one way or the other. Yeah, it's having trouble. Yeah, it's looking like it's trying to find support here. Oh well, it'll probably come up, retest here, and then maybe work its way down. I was hoping for the big emotional type move. That was a lot of volume on that candle. More than even the open. Let's see, keeping an eye on it. Did they tell us not to trade today? Where did they make the announcement? Yeah, I just showed you guys that from their Discord. In the video, he talked about streamer, although he could have been anyone, I guess. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, I really think he was also talking about people were streaming like in Discords, like privately, like these services that he was talking about. So again, we're just the ones public on YouTube. There's probably so many people trading in chat rooms and Discords and, you know, etc. They're different is alternative personality. John is second to Daryl. Right, Daryl is the owner. But in the videos, it says Daryl down at the bottom, but apparently it's John speaking. I don't really... So is that like his partner, I guess? I have no idea. Not partner, partner in the company. I don't even want to start that. Can I explain DCA? Yeah, so DCA is dollar cost averaging. So say I enter a trade down here, and it continues to go against me. Like I enter a long position here looking for it to come up. Continues to go against me. I add in here, and it continues to go against me. I add again. Continues to go against me. I add again. Essentially what I'm doing is I'm dollar cost averaging down, waiting for the move back up. So what people were doing is they were doing this. Eventually, they were right, and it would come back up, and they would make a lot of money just because they averaged all the way down, and it moved back up. 100% a legit strategy. But it was really hurting them once they had, because what was going on is the people that had the accounts, like the guy that had 22 accounts and 277 evals, what they were doing is they were loading those PA accounts up. The very first day they were going for a windfall trade. Either they were making 20K or they were busting the account. If they made 20K, they would then dollar cost average like that because now they have $20,000 of drawdown, right? Start with one contract out of the 10 on a 50K account. What are the odds you're going to go through $20,000 in drawdown? Next to nothing, right? So you're going to average in until it works, right? Because how does the market work? Let's go sideways. The market works in waves. Every time it goes down, usually it bounces before it possibly continues. Every time it goes up, it usually comes down before it possibly continues. Every time it goes up, like it works in waves. So the odds are, if you dollar cost average into a move, you're going to get some sort of a bounce, right? That's the idea. However, if you go back to, what was it, April 18th, there was a day where the market just started going down and it never bounced. And that was the day that started all of this, right? Because that's when he saw these huge accounts that had over $1 million, close to $1 million, just disappear because they dollar cost averaged and they had all that wiggle room and it just never bounced. And they ended up losing those accounts. And that was what made him realize that that was how they were getting the accounts to where they were. And so how they're trying to combat that is now they're saying you can take an entry. So like say I wanted to get long here. Well, if it goes against me, they're allowing me to add one time. So like if it goes against me, I could add one time. But if I were to add a third time right there, that becomes to them dollar cost averaging. But if you add that first time, they're allowing it. But if you add that second time, giving you 3 total entries, they're considering that dollar cost averaging. Again, I don't agree with it, but it's that this is the bigger issue that we're all being lumped into. Those big accounts that were doing the windfall trading and then going to dollar cost averaging, that was the problem. And what he was saying with the 5 tick thing is if you go for 5 ticks, you could sit here and 5 ticks, 5 ticks, 5 ticks, 5 ticks over and over again, right? You're going to win 98% of the time. But the one time it decides not to work, you just dollar cost average until it works, right? So you could let it go against you $10,000 if you have all that drawdown, and then it finally comes back up and fills you for 5 ticks for 25 bucks, right? That's what they were doing because they had all that wiggle room. And until you get a day like April 18th, it's going to work. So as long as you continue to take millions and millions of dollars out in payouts that you have no risk essentially because it's not really your money, right? That's how they were looking at it. Then you're good to go, right? And that's what they were doing. And that's the problem. Seriously, some struggling getting 5 ticks to make 75 bucks in an account. That's crazy. Act like it's I mean, but it is the problem. That was the problem. But what they need to do is they need, like the 5 ticks thing, I don't necessarily disagree with. Like if you want to scalp, you can scalp, right? You can have a bias. You can be like if I scroll in here, if we come down to the lows and I'm like, all right, I think we're going to continue. If I want to scalp for 5 ticks there, that's a legit strategy. People do that, right? Or if it's about to break this little pivot point to the highs, do I think we can at least get 5 ticks? Yeah, I do. Like that's a legit strategy. But how they were using it was abusing it. And that is the problem. They were abusing the system, even though there's a bunch of people that are trading it legit. And that's the problem, is we're all getting lumped into that. The volume indicator does not seem to have much significance in futures trading. I can easily understand volume in stocks. Your thoughts, please? Yeah, the volume in futures, as far as just plain volume per candle, I've noticed it doesn't really matter that much, but you tend to see the bigger candles with bigger volume. And usually when you see big volume in one direction, especially if it's on like a dump or a big push, the odds are you're going to get some sort of a bounce there afterwards, because all that volume was probably a lot of stop losses and a lot of people buying. So obviously that's not always true. It's just what I've seen in stocks, and you do see it a lot in futures too. I mean, look, you had the big dump candle, which was the most volume, and you had another candle right next to it, which was almost just as much volume, and you essentially had a reversal. And again, here, look, move down, move down, move down. Look at the candle with all the volume, right? Where did the reversal happen? It's because you got all the people that start to buy. Now, you can't see this in real time. This is hindsight. As this volume candle is forming, by the time you get to like 3/4 of the way up the candle, that's when you can see that this volume candle is going to be more than everybody else, like all the ones previous, right? You don't know that as the candle's happening. That's all hindsight. And again, that's why I hate people that go on YouTube and post charts after the fact and be like, oh yeah, it was pretty obvious, just look at the volume that came in. But you obviously don't know that as it's happening, right? Will, I'm not going there. Market Frog, I'm not going there. John is like the CEO or director or something. Gotcha. Well, just like Tesla, I think a change of CEO. Not, you know what? Look, John might be a great CEO. He is not great at making videos or marketing or PR or any of that. That he needs to relinquish. He needs to realize that he is not the best fit for that type of the job, that part of the job, and give it to somebody that is, because he might be great at all other aspects of the job, but that part, no. Why does it feel like I'm in a lecture class? People ask questions, I give them answers. And don't say that to the masses. Go after the culprits. That is the part I agree with, right? Hire people to go after the culprits. Spend money to catch the culprits. I agree. I 100% agree with that. Don't punish everybody. Like, you specifically showed us examples of where you can see what the problem is. Hire people to find those problems. Michael is good. Michael is good. Michael is the guy that I deal with on the back end with Apex, and he's a great dude. If you get a chance to talk to Michael, don't spam him. Do not go to him looking for common questions. That is what their support's for. But like, if you're looking for a great conversation about Apex in general, he's a great dude. If he responds. Sometimes he's hard to get a hold of. Yeah, so they just put another update in the notice board. It says, do not send a ticket. Accounts will be auto-fixed once fully investigated and all info is collected. So don't send a ticket. I'm still waiting on my ticket from yesterday anyway. I waited until they said that all accounts were restored. Mine was not, so I sent a ticket. I 100% agree that you should do the same, because if you start sending tickets for something that's going to get fixed on its own, someone has to click on that ticket eventually, realize it was already solved, and you know, it might only be like 20 seconds of their time, but that's 20 seconds added up how many times for all the people that do it? So you got to think, again, when we're talking about the masses, you got to think about it from that perspective. All right, we're all caught up. Any other questions? Feel free to jump in and ask. For anyone that hasn't seen, Apex did extend their 90% off sale because of these issues until Monday night. That includes the 250Ks at the 1670 price. As far as I know, June 15th is still the last day that you can pass those for the $85 lifetime activation. I should do a giveaway today? I could. I don't know if I want to do the full wheel, though. Why not trade? Let's talk more trading. My edge hasn't shown itself, Stock Butcher. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for my trade to present itself. I was ready a couple times, but we didn't quite get the push that we were looking for. Do I watch the level 2 in time and sales or just price action and volume? I don't even have level 2. Oh, actually, well, I have the level 1 up. This is level 1. But the only reason I put this up was just to see what the spread is at any given time because I was curious. But it's pretty good. You guys remember Memorial Day and the market was open? This thing like barely moved. It was kind of funny. Time and sales I don't have up. But yeah, I just watch price action. That's how I traded stocks too. I never had time and sales up. I never watched volume. I obviously keep an eye on, but with futures, you don't need to worry about volume. It's so liquid. Or Alito, why'd you change your name? What's going on? I passed the 250K. Nice. Yeah, we're halfway on the 250K, and we're pretty close. We're only 500 away on the other 50K eval. I wasn't supposed to have the 50K eval. I bought it by accident, trying to get a 250K. I oofed there a little bit. Oh, that was a good neck crack. Yeah, I'm waiting for my trade. I was sad yesterday. I sat down at my desk twice. I missed the first one by like 8 minutes. After I was doing the dishes, actually, I came back, sat down, and it was like 8 minutes prior. It went down, hit the bands, and perfectly bounced. I can probably show you. That was after. So I got one at the bell, around the bell. We came down. It didn't even hit the bands, but I was FOMOing. But look, here was the one. This one was the kids. I was playing with the kids. I picked them up at 250. This happened at 320, and I missed that one. And then this is the one I was talking about. Look at the volume, if you want to. Look at the volume bar there, right? Nice dump into the bands and shot right back up. That was a 215. I was doing the dishes before I went to go get the kids. So twice. I sat back down. It was like right here. I was like, oh man, look at that. Right into the bands. Same here. All right, getting another chance here. If we break the lows relatively quickly here, we might get a push right into the bands. I'll definitely be looking to get in long. Sure, I'm still on the right account here. Yep. 1 second to the next candle. Let's see if we can push lower. So what I'd be looking for here as support and resistance, again, look, we broke this area, use it as resistance, broke through, came back up, use it as resistance again, came down. So what I'd be looking for is the same type of deal. Break down, come back up, use this as resistance, right? It was previous support. So if we do get into a position, I'd be looking for it to reclaim back up to 500. All right, we broke the lows. Did not quite get the push I was hoping. Must not have been that many stop losses there. See if we can get that extra push. People might be waiting to see what it does here. They might not have had hard stops in. So maybe if we start to push lower now, they might hit the button to get out, giving us that extra push we're looking for. See? Decent push there. Again, looking for that big candle. We're looking for one of these types of candles. See how they're bigger than all the rest? That's the ones we're looking for. The bigger the candle, the higher the odds of a bounce. Works both ways. Right now, it's just kind of grindy. Right? We're just kind of overlapping. Anytime you hear me say overlapping candles, this is what I'm talking about. I'm looking for a big extension move, but all we're doing is overlapping. Make a low, come halfway back up the candle. Make a low, come halfway back up the candle. Right? They're overlapping. All right. So now we're moving back up. The odds are we're going to come retest this 500 area. And if it continues the trend, it'll probably find resistance here. How's your experience with stocks trading? Do you prefer futures over them? I prefer stocks. I just think stocks are so hard to to get into because of the cost barrier. You need to have 25K if you want to day trade stocks. There's no good prop firms out there right now. The only one I know of is not that great. And right now, futures, you can literally start trading with $17. So the cost barrier to get into them is just so much easier. But I do prefer stocks. I still trade stocks. I sell options. I do not buy options. I am not affiliated at all with Wall Street Bets on Reddit. I sell. I sell to the guys from Wall Street Bets is usually what I'm doing. My bands are set at, so this is they're the Keltner channels. It's the 13 MA and it's a 4 standard deviation. I think they call it something else. I'll check after I possibly get this move though. Again, look, came right up, retested it, and now we're trying lower. Moving forward, I've been paying a lot of attention to this, but I ideally would like to look for multiple tests, like start to go sideways and then fall over, right? Because then I could get short here looking for the retest of the lows, and then I have an obvious stop point. But when it comes up and just wicks a little bit like that, I'm not really that interested. But ones like this, where it came back up, retested the obvious level, that one was a little bit more obvious. Whatever the Keltner channel uses. I want to say the Keltner channel uses the EMA. I'll check here in a sec. I just don't want to miss the move if it happens. It feels like it wants to happen. It's a lot of red candles in a row. The longs are under pressure at the moment. What are the best days and times to trade futures? Monday through Friday, I would say until lunchtime. You can noticeably see the volume start to die down around lunchtime. The default bands? No. So again, go into your indicators, search for Keltner channels. And the settings for my Keltners are, so they call it the coefficient of channels width. So it is the simple. So it's on the close, the simple moving average, all available data for calculation, 13 MA, and then the 4, I call it the deviation, but they call it the coefficient of channels width. That's my settings. Trader leaving Apex and joining Bullnox. Blue Nox? Called it Blue Nox. It's Bullnox. Yeah, Bullnox I've heard is pretty good. I think it's just their rules are a little different. So Monday I'm gonna start educating myself on all the other prop firms, by the way. I wanted to finish this week and get to make sure I got to the payouts with Apex, etc. But on Monday I'm gonna start learning more about the other prop firms. Speaking of which, daytradingcoupons.com. If you want to find a code for any of them, the website's update. Anytime the codes change for any of the specific props, to get the best one available, it'll be there on that website. Just daytradingcoupons.com. That's all it is. Man, we just cannot get that extra push. I'm not forcing any trades. This is part of trading, guys. I always say it too. Like, if you have an edge, wait for your edge. Do not FOMO into trades. There's no need. If you know something works, stick to it. The discipline of not taking trades, just the trade, is such a huge part of trading. And that was actually another reason I went from stocks to futures, because I was going days without trades and it was killing me. With futures, I feel like you find at least one or two pretty much every day. Sometimes you have to sit here all day though, and I don't like doing that either. But now that the opening trade is what it is, gotta adapt. Come on, give us that big push. All these longs, they're trapped. Starting from here, I mean, there hasn't really been a bounce. Maybe if you're dollar cost averaging, you could get out somewhere in here. But the odds are you're still stuck in this. Raw Ghost trapped? Really? Are you in this? With an eval, I hope? Well, in that case, hopefully we don't get our trade. If that's true. Okay, he's just kidding. All right, now I hope I get the trade. But yeah, if you put these Keltner channels on your chart, scroll back. Scroll back as far as you can. And look at how many times it actually hits the bands and what it does. Even if it's just a small move, like there's always something, right? It might continue. And there's going to be times where it hits the bands and just goes, right? And those are the times that suck. But those are the times that you need to have your stop loss in. You need to have some kind of like a max stop that you're willing to just hit the button, because it's going to happen, right? It's going to happen. There's going to be times. Look at April 18th. I know there was a couple times when I was trading this way before that it did just that. They would hit the bands. I mean, it was what they would call a black swan in stocks, right? Where something just goes and it just never stops. That was April 18th for futures. Or, well, for the NQ anyway. I don't know about all of futures. Trading the middle band? How would you trade the middle band? I do everything in my power to stay away from the middle band. I used to look at the strategy as in I would try to get in and then look to take profit at the middle band. But I noticed that the middle band wasn't respected that much. Like, I mean, even here, I was just scrolling back. Look, wasn't respected. You know, like it goes through the middle band quite a bit. All right, we're starting to get that move down here. Like the actual, maybe the actual move. We're working our way down. Longs are starting to get scared. Volume's starting to increase. Let's see if we can actually get the flush. Look at that volume. That was the most volume we've seen all day. So I would not be surprised if we bounce here. That's all the stop losses and somebody buying them up, right? That's all the people that are like, crap, we are going down. They all stop out, and then guess who's there to probably buy it all up to make this move back up. And that's why you get these bigger volume bars. So frustrating that that didn't push it down into the bands because I'm being picky. Sticking to my edge. I'm staying disciplined. But again, looking at the facts, I'm not surprised that we're getting this bounce. If we can get to 50 likes, because there's not even 50 people in here now, but we are at 25 likes. If we can get to 50 likes, I'll do a giveaway. I use Keltners for a big picture support resistance on high Momo stocks that I really like. 15-minute chart, 700 length, 19.6. Dang. Interesting. So you're looking for some crazy moves. How often do you get triggered on those? Triggered is not the word I was looking for, but gets the same point across. Speaking of stocks, I did want to check how they're doing. Take a shot every time he says bounce. I'm not. You guys can play that drinking game if you want. I will not be partaking in that. Oh, excuse me. Guess while we're waiting here, we can see how everyone else is doing. Methodical man doesn't have his P&L up at the moment. He's also not in a trade. Hopefully he's doing well. Alpine is live. Looks like he took the opening trade. Let's see if he was live for that. No, I don't think so. Oh, he might have. Oh, no, he wasn't. So yeah, he took the opening trade to the short side. So when it finally broke, I don't know how he traded it, but yeah, it looks like he copy traded it too on like every account. They all got the same amount. It's barely 10:30. Oh, with the shots. Yeah. See how David's doing. Doing good. 300. Nice. And TBM. See how TBM's doing. He is down 90. He took one trade and stopped out, it looks like. Where? I don't know. I can't see it. I see an arrow for the buy, but I don't see an arrow for the sell. Obviously, it's lowered. Oh, here it is. Oh, wow. That actually looks like it should be a green. Oh, no. Buy. Okay, so he stopped out. He tried to get long. Looks like he tried to get long somewhere in here, and then it failed, so he got out. Who else am I missing? Trading with Travis. I just subbed to him. He seems to be a really cool guy, from what I can tell. He's doing pretty good, it looks like. Let's see. Maybe? I think he might have blew some of these accounts. I'm not sure. All I hear, order rejected. Order rejected. I don't know what that means, but I don't know exactly what's going on with him at the moment, but it looks like he blew some accounts. I have no idea. I don't know how to read what's going on down there. Usually he pops up a chart, like a circle chart, and you can see it a lot better. So maybe I'll have to wait until that happens. That's all I got to check. Is Nutty? I'm pretty sure I'm still subscribed to Nutty, but I don't see him. I don't see him on here. Is he not live today? All right, we're getting a dump again. See if we can get back down into the bands. Making new lows. Look at how perfect my two lines outlined the indicator, the purple indicator that I have. I did not do that on purpose. Look at that. The two yellow lines are like perfectly on top and bottom of it. Actually, it makes it look pretty cool. Put an order out, see if we get the dump right into it. Again, look, another big candle. You can draw these lines all the way down. You have obvious spots where they break. This one didn't even get back up, which shows me that we're still pretty weak, right? Buyers couldn't even get back up to that previous significant level. Right now, the sellers are definitely in control. Why didn't I short at the green candle? You said those were the stops getting hit? No, I said the stops getting hit were the on this big red candle, not the green candle. This is all, you don't know when the big buyers are going to step in to create the bounce, right? That's why I have these bands to kind of give me a better idea of where I think it's going to happen. But on this candle, as it's happening, you don't know when the buyers are going to step in. You could read the price action as best as you can, but I've tried that a lot as well, and I get dumped on. I used to get dumped on all the time. Like right as you think it's about to do the bounce, it just shoves it right in your face. So by having these bands up, it puts me into a spot where I feel if we make it to those bands, you have a much higher percentage of the rubber band effect, right? Pull the rubber band out and the rubber band will come snap back. Like that's the idea. And that's what's happening here, but it just didn't quite give me the extension I was looking for. Do your bands work better in chop or trend? The odds are if you're chopping, you're not going to hit the bands. So you're looking for a trend with an extension, right? You're looking for it to be moving one direction and then finally get that like, oh crap, like I need to get out of this type push. That's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for that big push. I mean, it can happen in chop. Like you saw when I scrolled back yesterday, it was just chopping and then randomly there was just a big shot right into the bands. So that can happen. All right, where are we at with those likes? We barely didn't go up at all. 50 likes, guys. We get the 50 likes, we'll do a giveaway. Come on, dump it. Does not want to dump it. By the way, I'll obviously keep you all updated on the payouts that I request tomorrow. I'll probably wake up tomorrow and just put them in and see what happens. Obviously, I'll also keep you updated on the eval that I'm still waiting to hopefully get back from yesterday. But with them having more issues today, it's looking like I might have to be waiting longer than I want to. It's raining? Oh, I kind of like rain as of late. Not gonna lie, is it what's the weather supposed to be this weekend? I would not mind it just raining all weekend. It would get me out of doing so much stuff. Sunny, 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 cloudy, 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 no rain. Guess I can get that out of my head. We're just going to downtrend for a little bit here. Looking at the daily, it doesn't look great. The next area I see to the downside is around 18,150. Oh, I just drew the line. Yeah, look, it's all the way down here. Like that's the next area I see on the daily. $11 is when I'll do the giveaway if we get to 50 likes. And I won't even do the wheel. Or do you guys want the wheel? If we get there. Wheel or no wheel? So right now we're still grinding. So the odds are we're going to come back up, retest this 415 area. And then, again, what we do from there, I don't know. Wheel, wheel, wheel. How about this? We'll do a mock of the big giveaway next Friday now, but we'll do it with 5, 5, and 20. So it'll be $30 total. So it'll be $5 to the first person picked, $5 to the middle person picked, and then the other 20. Actually, we'll just give 20 to the last person alive. Because trying to split $20 between 5 people is not going to work. I'm just, this would all be out of my pocket because I'm only, again, the reason some of these other streamers can give away so much on the streams because they have hundreds of people watching them and they're actually making that money from the stream itself. I make like $2 per stream. so until I have hundreds or thousands of people watching me, if I had the numbers Trades by Matt was pushing out, I would be doing giveaways all the time because I guarantee he's making a decent amount per stream. He's probably making $200-300 a stream every morning. I would be giving all that back. But right now, it's actually putting me in the hole by doing the giveaways. All right, well, if we can get the 50 likes by 11 o'clock, we'll do the giveaway. And cancel this order for now. Obviously, we didn't get the push we were looking for. You guys are going to see the difference. Look how close we get to the bands, but then look at the bounce. There's not that much of a bounce, right? When we finally get that push, you're gonna see the difference I'm talking about. Number generator like Powerball, like give everybody a number and then go to a random number generator. That'd be interesting. What if we did like, I wonder if there's a place out there where we could do like bingo. Like what if they had a bingo card? Play bingo for the giveaway? That would be sick. And then just use a random number generator to pick the numbers. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the whole pick a number thing. I don't know. I've never been a fan of the pick a number. But that's just me. I don't know. It just feels, I don't know. I just don't like it. I like more randomness than that. Oh crap, guys! I totally forgot. I have my kids have their book reading thing today, but I don't think it's until later. It's at like 12 or 1. 12:15. Okay. So we're good. So yeah, we'll definitely either do the giveaway at 11 or get off at 11. And then I'm going to eat lunch so that I can get to their book readings. I didn't forget. I just didn't remember right away. I'm assuming the daytradingcoupons.com newsletter will be going out at some point over the weekend, because I'm assuming a lot of the deals are going to change tomorrow. Obviously, Apex is still going, but where everyone guesses the direction of the next 1 minute candle. Yeah, but it would be impossible to keep up with that. Eliminate the ones that are wrong until there's one person left. That would be kind of cool. That's actually, it's a good idea. I just think there's a lot of faults in it because I don't think we'd be able to keep up with it, you know? It's kind of like playing high or low, you know, but with the 1 minute candles. 230. You're talking 18 230. I mean, I don't see anything on the daily. Just looking at the hourly. Let me look at the hourly. On the hourly, oh, we're already below those levels. 270. Looking at the hourly, 270 is kind of interesting. I don't see anything at 230. This 230? Kinda. I like 270 a lot better. I can see a little bit of 230 on the hourly. It's actually more like 212. Yeah, I would say it's more like 212, 210. But I don't even really like that one, to be honest. All right, we're trying again, making new lows again. See what happens. Have to build an app for it? Hey, if you can build an app for a really cool ass giveaway, I'm down. I would be more than down. Had to take time for the kids, thinking I'm taking my boys fishing today. You know, I know how to fish. I do. I just don't enjoy it. I really don't. I actually love peace and quiet, but for some reason, I'd rather just go sit in a park and do nothing than go fishing. And the worst part is I love fish too. Like I don't know. I'd rather turn around and just watch my fish than go fishing. I don't know. I just never been into fishing. I do it. I go with friends and stuff when they ask me, and I know how to do it. I just going out by myself or even with friends, like it doesn't do it for me. I don't really drink that much either, so I think that might be part of the problem. I feel like fishing and drinking are linked together. And we just can't get that move. It is Friday. Got to keep that in mind as well. Pause of 50 SMA on daily. To hear, if you want to join the Discord, by the way, to maybe talk about some ideas, I'm down. Sounds like a pretty cool idea. I love the idea of somehow creating bingo that we could all play. Like just using random generated numbers and just giving everybody a bingo card somehow. But I guess there's really no way, because I don't know. I'm trying to think of ways that would keep everyone involved. You're a suggestion with the candles. Like that's a really good suggestion because it keeps you involved. Like you have to vote. And if you don't vote, you're out, kind of thing, right? So you have to be here. I really love that idea. That is such a good idea. But how would we keep up with it? Like everyone would have to be here. I feel like we'd have to do like every other candle, right? Because we'd have to take a minute to like get rid of the people that didn't win, and then et cetera, et cetera. Tim has friends. I don't have many, man. I weeded out a lot of the bad ones. Not bad ones, just people that, you know, they're not real friends. I have more like real friends, people that I talk to that are from trading since 2018 now than I do like actual real life friends. I only have honestly I mean, I used to be that guy that had hundreds of people that I knew and I considered friends, but real friends, I have two. I have two. I mean, I guess maybe three or four, but two that like I could call any time of the day. I know they're gonna pick up, and like we're there for each other. We can talk about anything, like those types of friends. Yeah, it would have to be done through Discord. It's down in the description. You mean like the app would have to be in Discord? I'm sure I could make that work though. Well, I don't know. Because everyone would have to be in the Discord. I mean, we could do that. Like if you want to be part of the giveaway, all you gotta do is join the Discord. That's really not that big of a deal. We could just make a channel just for the giveaway. Can you really? Could you do that? So like, I could be like, all right, on the 1050 candle, we'll start. If you think the 1050 candle will be green or red, and they would have to pick in the Discord by 1050, and then if they're right, they get to stay, and if they're wrong, they're gone. I would like. I wish there was a way to integrate it with like stream elements though. Wonder, I don't know if there's a way. I don't know. We'll talk about it later. Because like if you could integrate it with stream elements while it's happening, like that way there's just no fishy stuff, right? I don't want there to be like any doubt that what's happening is happening. Oh yeah, it's in the description and I can do that. I always forget that I set these up. I always forget the stream element spots there. You call in the middle of the night, I'm picking up, haha, unless I'm in the middle of taking care of business. Question for everybody. Have you ever picked up the phone while doing the deed? For whatever reason. Doesn't matter who was calling or, you know, I would hope it was important. But have you ever been doing the deed and picked up the phone? I have. I think it was because we were waiting on like a important call for selling the house. This was like the first house. It was a while ago. Oh, you need to be honest when you're 30 or 40? What? Two? I'm 27. I have 5 close friends. Oh, 2. Oh, friends. Okay. I'm 27. I have 5 close friends, but sometimes they get annoying. I like the poop in peace. That would be pretty cool if we could somehow integrate stream elements. I mean, it'd be nice to not even have to use Discord, but if everyone had to use Discord, I don't really see that being an issue. How did your parents react when they found out you're a day trader? Just curious. So my mom has been very supportive. She always has. Same with my wife. Without the support, guys, like day trading would be twice as hard. But they've always supported me. My dad, I mean, I don't know. My dad's my dad. He doesn't really care. Yeah, a lot of people have been misrepresented, or trading has been misrepresented in a lot of ways, but also not. Like trading is very hard. Trading itself is very hard. I feel to get to the point where I was, it took over 3 years. It was almost 4 years to feel like I had a grasp on trading. Everyone goes through, you ever hear the Dunning-Kruger effect? The Dunning-Kruger effect. I think I actually put this on a t-shirt at some point. I know I clicked it. It's not. Oh, there we go. So the Dunning-Kruger effect. Ah, come on. Is this guy. When you first, this goes for everything in life. When you first start something, your confidence is super high, right? Confidence is over here. Your confidence is super high. You haven't done it. You've seen other people doing it. They make it look easy. So you're like, oh, I could do that. Your confidence is super high. You start doing it. And you really start to quickly realize that it's not that easy. And it's not going to be that easy over time, right? This is for the competence. You can just relate that to time. But then you realize, okay, this is hard. But what you do when you get to this point is what matters, right? Because that is what separates everybody in the pack. Are you going to keep going and get back up to that point where you continue to become more knowledgeable? You put in the effort, the time, reading the charts, doing your homework, all that stuff. Are you going to do that? If you are, then you might actually get to go up this curve. Are there people that do that and still fail? Yes. Yes, it's hard. Trading is hard. Just because you put the time and the effort in doesn't mean you're going to be successful. But it definitely raises your odds. But if you get to this point and you're like, oh, fuck, this is a lot harder than I thought it was, a lot of people just quit, right? This just goes straight down to zero. They go back to where they came from. My Dunning-Kruger effect looks more like a pump and dump chart back down to the lows. God damn it. It's kind of funny. E-Man. Look at all those evals passed. Let's go. Love it. Thanks for the insight. I'm currently in the middle, and I'm not willing to give up. Sounds like you got the same willpower that I did. You just gotta. There's gonna be ups and downs, man. Just keep that in mind. There's gonna be times where you want to quit. I can't tell you how many times I wanted to quit. I just kept saying no. This is what I want to do. I've never been more certain of something in my life than when it came to trading. I do not want to do anything else. I will not stop until I've become successful at this. I'll win or get broke trying. See, and that's another thing that I think took me a lot longer. Is I was a lot more risk adverse because of my family, right? I have a wife. I have 2 kids. Like, I have to look out for that side of things as well. It's not all just YOLO, like some of these 20-year-olds that, they're just YOLOing everything. I can't do that. Current job has no growth. Trading has it's true. Trading does have a ton of potential. It really does. Especially in futures, really, if you think about it. The liquidity is so pure that you can scale. Like, you can go from 1 contract to 2 like it's nothing, and now you're making double what you were making. You can go from 2 to 4, again, making double like it's nothing. You can go from 4 to 8, and you're still, like, the liquidity is not going to be an issue. I put 2K in a CMEG account in blue. Then I stopped trading and I spent 1,300 on Apex accounts. But look how much trading. So this isn't I'm not trying to say this is a good thing, but look at how much you've possibly learned and how much trading you actually got to do with that $1,300 versus that 2K. The 2K probably went like really fast, but the $1,300, that's been a ton of accounts. And that's the advantage of these prop firms, right? I wish they had these prop firms for stocks, but until they do, futures is where it's at. Oh,
This is a Thunder Nova 51 laser. This machine is absolutely incredible. This is a cat, 289 D3, and it is incredible. And this is my collector's edition Charizard Pokemon card, and it is very valuable.
Oh my god. We are fighting for an upswing. We got all these levels though. We'll see what happens.
Because you're finding value. Who gives it? Rick, it works. Right? Yo, Bradis with the 5.
Apex reverted my PAs and gave me my PAs back.
Cheers. Okay, this is a nice push.
After all that talk yesterday in the Discord, and you got everything back.
Nice push. I mean, that's 40 points.
Could this be the turning point for you, my man?
Hello?
Love to see it.
We'll see
Love
if I
to
get
see it.
IPL or not. I'm kind of thinking I don't, but we'll see.
I'm not gonna get into religion talk, but
Algorithms are designed to match
I'm very happy for you. Sometimes the cards align, man. Take this as an opportunity, and hopefully it pays off for you.
happening right now. Couldn't land algo again? I mean, honestly, it's wild.
Well, they reset everything to the prior day. They shouldn't have taken money away from you though.
When they refer to smart money, it's informed money. Whatever it is, man, I think most people lose sight of the fact that we're looking for inefficiencies in a pretty efficient market. You can do your best to tag along to people that have found those inefficiencies, but at the end of the day, if you don't find them yourself and figure out the time frame of the inefficiency that you're looking for, you're pointless.
The giveaway is next Friday, yes. I was going to do a giveaway this morning, but it's already 11 o'clock and I got to get out of here. I said 50 likes and we'd do a giveaway, but you're not getting 50 likes. But next Friday, we're doing the big giveaway. As of right now, let's see. We are sitting at still 300 bucks. It's a little over 300, but until we get to the next obvious point, I'm not gonna round it up.
Smart money makes sense if you do it right. No, that's stupid.
Or I mean, I will round it up if we get close enough, but it's like just over 300. So like if it was 301, I'm not gonna round it to 310. 300 just looks better anyway.
Incredibly dumb pick.
But yeah, next Friday morning, we'll be doing the giveaway. Nice, Jordan. Jordan kicking ass today. 4,400 bucks across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like 10 accounts. 1, 2. Yep, 10 accounts. Good stuff, man.
Javon, go watch the
Love to see it.
Point recap. It's all there. The only people defending smart money have been trading for less than 2 years. Yeah. It's a zero-sum game.
All right, guys. I'm going to get out of here. Appreciate y'all being here. I will be back Monday morning. Yeah, my screen that you see right here will look a little different. So take a good look at it. It'll be the last time you see it this way. I hope Apex will kick Rithmic's ass 2 days in a row. I was in long, survived with a small profit. Yeah, they already said to not trade anymore while they figure out what's going on. But I will be back Monday morning. I hope you all have... Can I get the giveaway prize today? No, that's not how it works. But have a good weekend. Appreciate y'all being here. I will see you guys Monday. Have a good weekend. I think I just said that. I'm going to say it again. Have a good weekend. Stay safe. I'll see you guys Monday morning. If you have any questions, feel free to join me in the Discord. I'll still be in there. And I'll see you all Monday. Peace.
We're all looking at the same thing, man. For the most part, obviously, different levels of detail. Some people are looking at footprint charts to see buying and selling going on at every single tick. Some people are looking at aggregated time-based charts like I'm looking at right now. at power charts, it's not beef. It's not TDM versus ICT beef. I have a lot of respect for the things that he looks at. He's got a lot of respect for the things I look at. I look at some of the things he looks at, or vice versa. He's technically around longer, so whatever. So not at every single tick. Some people are looking at aggregated time-based charts, like I'm looking at right now. Some people look at power charts. It's not beef. It's not TDM versus ICT beef. I have a lot of respect for the things that he looks at. He's got a lot of respect for the things I look at. ICT beef. I have a lot of charts. It's not beef. It's not TDM versus ICT beef. I have a lot of respect for the things that he looks at.